Hey ladies and gents, we are back with some Avorion, and we are looking at soul. It's kind of a interesting question. So I've talked about this with one of the subscriber about this. Building trading posts, building mines, and all that kind of stuff. You can't really set, for example, for the trading posts or any of your shipyards and all that kind of stuff. There's no way to turn it on and off, buying and selling. What I'm talking about specifically is that every station, for example, the shipyard, when I talk to it, will give me a trade goods option. Now this option right here, you can sell to station, which means the NPCs will sell to this station. And they will sell energy tubes, steel, aluminum displays, whatever they have, anti-grav units. They will go to that station and sell these things to that station. Same way with the equipment dock, trade goods, and it'll sell things. The NPCs will sell things to the station. Myself have not put anything into these stations. Stations operate without this stuff, but for instance, like here, since you have the station up and running, it will buy things from the NPCs. Well, there's kind of a debate about this, whether you actually pay for this stuff or the NPCs just add it. Well, you can just see something just added it now, but you don't. I for one don't know. I've tried to track this. The problem is trying to track this stuff is if you watch down here in the corner, you'll see this constant churning of money going up and down, up and up and down, up and down. That's all my stations, all my mines, whatever, adding money. At the same time, you'll see it paying out crews too. So I cannot physically, I do not know for sure if my stations are buying stuff or not. Somebody might know, I don't know. This is kind of an argument, or it's not an argument, but a discussion about this, whether or not these stations are actually buying things, and you can't, obviously there's no way to turn that off. So if you want an equipment dock, if you want a shipyard, all of that stuff, you don't really have a choice. It's going to buy stuff no matter what. Same way with your mines. Mines will operate without mining robots, acids, or any of that other stuff. However, they will continue to, for example here, you can trade goods with this one, but there's a buy from factory or whatever, but there is, you can sell to the station. It will buy things. It'll buy mining robots, buy acids, and all that kind of stuff. Same way with a trading post here. Now this is an unusual trading post. Most things in this game kind of work on how big they are. The bigger the station, the more goods they produce or buy. This trading post here is 7 million cargo units. So it's a huge station, trading post. And I'm using this as my depot. This is where I put all my stuff that I gather up, like, solar panels, Gauss guns, or Gauss rails, anything that I'm going to use for building turrets, selling, that kind of stuff. So this is why it's 7 million. So there's not only just the stuff that buys and sells, but it's also stuff that I store there. Hence why it's so large. Now, if we talk to this trading post, it'll give me an option of, for example, buy from station. Now, I have most of the stuff on here is stuff that I've put here myself. And there's also a sell to station. So it will buy stuff from NPCs. For example, it's bought 1911 body armor of a possible 25,000. This is completely filled. It's the maximum it can hold, 25,000 of everything. You don't normally see one this large. I'll show you a different trading post that I put up or built for this video specifically. But yeah, so right now it's got 2,823 electron accelerators. I didn't put that there. Apparently the station bought it itself. Now, there's kind of you can make the argument, are you paying for it or you're not paying for it? It doesn't really matter. The thing about it is it'll keep buying this stuff, there's no way you can not stop it. But there is something you have to be conscious of. This is of course, if it goes in here, it's typically buying at the average cost of the goods. For example, The average cost of a satellite is 65,714 credits. Whether or not I said, if anybody knows, let me know if this is happening. I don't have a game where I can go back and check. I've noticed this for probably 6 months, but I've never really, I still gather the stuff out of here, go sell it, but I've never really found out for sure if the game is giving it to you for free or it's selling it to you. But once again, it doesn't matter. You're getting a large number of high-end material for not doing much. Here's the electron accelerators here at 125,000, and I have 2,823 of them. I don't just letting them sit there. That'll eventually build all the way up to 25,000, which is a lot of credit sitting here. So what I typically do is, where was I on my ship? There's my freighter. I usually take these off of here, and you got to be, like I said, you got to be somewhat conscious of the fact that this does exist. So if you have mines, you have to be able to. Here's, for example, one of the mines on the outside edges. It's bought 189 mining robots, 2,179 medical supplies, 6,674 anti-grav units. This mine does not need any of this stuff to operate. So it does not hurt you to go out and pick all this stuff up and then turn around and sell it. Because if these stations are actually really buying it, once again, like I said, you're losing money, but you have the equipment on hand. Go pick it up and sell it. If you build a trading post, and if it's buying stuff, go out, pick it up, and then go resell it. Even if it's buying it for average cost, you can find a system that you're going to be able to sell it for 25 or 30% over average cost, and you're going to make 25 or 30% on that specific object, whether it's mining robots, anti-gravs, whatever. So it's always good to be, like I said, watch out. For example, here's a shipyard right here that's got 1,328 grav units. It's bought. It's got 671 solar panels. It's got 3,285 displays. It's either it's bought this stuff for the NPCs. NPCs have dropped it off. So you want to be able to, you can't obviously letting this stuff just sit there. You're losing out on a lot of cash. So once again, though, it's a little bit more, beyond that. If you want to get rid of this stuff, you also want to be trying to find systems that buy large quantities of it. And there's stations that exist that buy unusually large amount of material and buy it at quite a bit higher than you normally would see. For example, we're going to drop in here. We're going to pick up them electron accelerators, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm not going to trade goods with it. I'm going to transfer. So we're going to transfer cargo and fighters. Come on, there we go. And we're going to look for those electron accelerators. They are, whoops. There we go. And we're not going to take all of them. For some reason, if you take all of them, it will not reload as fast. So we're only going to take 1,200 of them. I'm too far away. Of course I'm too far away. Why wouldn't I be? Alright. It says I'm docked, but hey, whatever. Transfer takes a little bit different here. There we go. And I'm going to transfer them once again. 1,200 of them. Not wood. The wood fills up pretty fast. I don't know why. I don't put wood in there, but they do show up quite often. You can go sell the wood. So we're going to transfer 1,200 of them, and we're going to leave 1,600 here. Otherwise, like I said, this just sits here. This is money that you could be used for your game. So it's something to remember if you want to put up a trading post or put up and it's all RNG based. This right here, like I said, for the trade goods, is a specific, electron accelerator, body armor. I kept this one because this was nice. Mining robots. This is, it's got 3 high-end products. So this was a very nice trading post. However, if you go build another one, it's probably not going to have the same products. It's like I said, all RNG based. So we picked up the 1600, and we're going to go look at a different trading post and show you what I'm talking about here. We'll jump up to this trading post. And then this goes, like I said, once again, for your mines. You got to keep track of what your mines are buying. You know, whether you're paying for it or not, there's still a lot of material you got to be able to, you know, mining robots, medical supplies, all that kind of stuff. If they're collecting them, go get it and sell it. This trading post is a little different. This one is quite a bit smaller. I think it only has 26,000 cargo space. However, it does have a couple high-end stuff here. It's got war robots, 100 of them. So it's bought neutron accelerators, it's bought war robots, and of course it's also bought leather and all this other junk. But however, war robots and neutron accelerators, so this is the average cost of a war robot. It's about 100K, give or take, whatever. So there's 10 million credits right there sitting there in war robots that you can go pick up. Same way with neutron accelerators, 125K at 69. Yeah, so there's, like I said, there's money here to be had. Whether you're paying for it or not. If you're paying for it, you sure the hell want to get rid of it. If you're not paying for it, hey, more power to you. But I have yet to figure out exactly if we're actually buying it or not. If you're not buying it, hey, look at all the money I make. If you are buying it, once again, you should probably get rid of it as quick as possible here. So we're going to pick up all 100 of those, and we're going to pick up the 69 neutron, or 69 neutron. I can go pick up some of this other stuff, but yeah, whatever. We're just doing this for the video. So we picked those up, and by the time I get back, that'll probably be full again. So just something to remember if you got trading posts or you're going to do trading posts, they are money to be had. So sectors that buy a lot, they are not easy to find. They're I shouldn't say one in a million, but they do exist. For example, this one right here. This has an aluminum mine S. This mine right here will buy, I do believe it's something 20,000 plus mining robots. And now, see right there's the NPC. He's docking and he's probably going to sell me some shit. Before I mean normal and insane for those videos, and somewhere along the lines, the amount of money I had in my regular account and my alliance account got crossed. So I had 18 billion at one point, and it dropped to 1.7 million. So I pretty much started over for credits because, I don't know. It is an early game, or I should say it is, whatever you want to call it, an alpha game. So I get how glitches work here. So trading overview, we're going to bring up the trading here, and we're going to look at mining robots here. So this aluminum S right here, it'll buy 25,000 of medical supplies. It'll buy, what was that other one? 35% over on fusion generators. It'll buy 12,000 of them. Mining robots here, they'll pay 31%, 35%. Aluminum Mine S will buy almost 4,000 mining robots at 35%. At almost 200,000 credits. You're going to make 50K on a robot. And it eats these robots rather quickly. So this is one of those superstations that buys high-end stuff, buys a lot of them, and it buys it at an absurdly high rate. So hence why it's marked. The other one, I found another one up here, and this one is a research station. This thing buys electron accelerators, neutron accelerators, high-end stuff. Excuse me. High-end stuff like neutrons, accelerators, all that kind of stuff at a very high price all the time. It consumes them really quick. There's other stations that'll 10 plus as many as you got. So these stations are something when you're running around, of course, is to watch for. And we're going to do the trading overview here. And we're going to pick it up here. So it's looking for everything's over 30%, 33%. And it's buying 8,100 possible. And I just filled this up here probably a day ago. So it's already burned through 7,000 electron accelerators at 167,000 credits, which is a 30%, 33%. I have 1,200 of them. Same way with the research station. It hasn't quite eaten up those up. I just filled this up the other day as well. However, it's still going to pay me 78,000. This average credits, average for the satellite is like 68. So I'm going to make 10K per satellite. If I decided, I'll just hold on to it, let this number drop down, and then come back here and they'll be buying them for 88,000 or even 98,000, depending on how much it is. This is one of those high-end, once again, high-end superstations. They'll buy stuff at enormous quantities and a very good price. So these are ones you have to watch. You should be marking them down. If you find these stations, mark them down to get rid of stuff. So yeah, this is one of those part of the gameplay that you need to pay attention to if you want to make some serious cash. So trading posts, mines, anything, any station you have that has any station that you have that where is that one at? There's the repair yard. This one right here. This is that large station. 6,000 fusion cores, 6,206 anti-grav units, 10,000 processors. These are, I don't know, what, 7K? Processors are 8,000 per processor. So there's, a crap ton of processors sitting here. 10,000 at 7K a piece or 8K a piece, sitting in this repair yard. Go pick them up. Move them around, sell them. There's no point. There's research. SE Research has got 43 neutrons. It's a small station, so it doesn't really use a lot. However, the bigger the station, this repair yard's like, 60 kilometers long, so it uses quite a bit of material. And this stuff is just sitting here. Go pick it up. Go sell it. Make some cash. So it's something to remember when you're building stations. Other than mines, where you can set, or factories where you can set, however, stations like, shipyards, turret factories, all those stuff that don't technically produce anything, that you use them yourself to build things, are always buying materials. So you want to make sure that you're on top of it and that you're getting rid of all this excess material that are building up in these stations. So with that said, just a little friendly reminder, a little something to think about if you're going to start building stations. Building those kind of stations, they are, for example, let's switch over here. Let me see if I can find that station and give you a kind of a rundown of what I'm talking about here. Let's see, where is he at? There he is. Switch to craft and sector. We want to go to Depot 4. This is a station getting ready to get built. I haven't moved him out anywhere yet. All these stations require nothing to operate with. So let's say found station. So all this stuff right here you can set to buy or not to buy. It's, however, this stuff right here, other stations like biotopes, casinos, habitats, equipment docks, fighter factories, research stations, resource smugglers markets, trading posts, military outposts, and shipyards. This stuff all buys stuff, but they don't actually produce anything. I mean, yeah, of course, the fighter factories and all that, but the stuff that you're going to build yourself. So this stuff is all going to accumulate materials. It's all going to accumulate antigravs. It's going to accumulate displays. So you got to make sure if you're building these factories that you're going to be, NPCs are going to be dropping off, delivering material to it, that you go there yourself and make sure you get rid of it, because you're sitting on a lot of cash that you're not using. Once again, if anybody knows for a fact that you're not paying for it, it's even better yet. So let down in the, if you know for a fact, let me know, and let me know down in the comments. So with that said, guys, thanks for watching, and have a good night.